guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. I feel like I've been name dropping this for a little while in a couple of the vlogs, but basically I'm here today to show you my favourite makeup products of 2022. Let's get cracking so this video isn't like a million years long, and let's go kind of in the order that I apply them. So, primers. So I feel like I only really have one primer that I'm obsessed with, and it is this. It is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. It's very similar to the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, which I did use in the earlier part of the year, and it's still a favourite, but I think this is so similar and so much more affordable that I feel like this just takes over as a favourite. This is so good. It's really sticky, and so therefore it just makes your foundation last all day. Love it. So yeah, if I was going to pick my favourite primer of the year, this would be it. Concealer. Have I got a favourite? Not really. I've got two that I use every day, and for their own purposes they are very, very, very good. I don't think I have an all over favourite concealer, but if I talk you through my two kind of favourites of their own little sub concealer categories, it's as close as you're gonna get. So as an under eye concealer, I have been loving the L'Oreal Paris Infallible 24 Hours More Than Concealer, and explicitly in the shade 320 Porcelain. These concealers have such good coverage, but they're quite light. You can also contour with them and do all sorts, hence why they're called the More Than concealer. But I love it as an under eye concealer. I then set it down, it does the job, it doesn't budge, it doesn't crease too much. And then for spots, it's been my trusty NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Vanilla, which is basically almost a perfect colour match for me. I only use this when I have a spot or when I have something or a scar or something that I really need to cover. Recommend it. Unlike concealer and primer, foundation is that category that I have too many favourites. I will first talk you through the two favourites that have come from last year and are still firm favourites. One of which is this. This is a new tube because I finished another tube. I think this is either my fourth or my fifth. This is the It Your Skin But Better CC Colour Correcting Full Coverage Cream. This is amazing. It's so quick and easy to use. It's got really good coverage, it lasts really well, it looks beautiful on the skin. This is just a fail-safe, quick, easy base. I get mine in the shade Fair Beige. It's got SPF 50 in it. Like I said, it's actually got pretty good coverage for a CC cream. It's not particularly glowy, it's not particularly matte. It kind of just makes your skin look better. And then the other foundation that's come from last year into this year, and actually the foundation I'm wearing today, is the NARS Sheer Glow foundation in the shade Mont Blanc, which is light 2. This is amazing. It's a little bit more like a traditional kind of foundation texture, unlike this one, but it's so glowy. It makes your skin look and feel plumper. And if I'm having a really bad skin day and the fact that it looks a bit dull, love it. I wouldn't say it's the longest lasting foundation I own. I do think I have some others in here that I will talk about in a moment. They'll probably wear a little bit longer. This kind of does sort of disintegrate. It wears really nicely, but it does sort of disappear throughout the day. But oh my god, is it beautiful. So we then go on to new discoveries of 2022. I think I'll go through the one that I love but won't be the foundation, which I'll mention in a moment. And that is the KVD Good Apple foundation. Now this is stunning. It's like a balm. You kind of apply it on your face, you can buff it in with a brush. I have mine in the shade Light 12. It is such a beautiful finish. Love it. I find it can a little bit, a teeny tiny bit, cling to dry patches on your face, which is why it's not the foundation, but it's still a firm favourite. I still love it, and it's one of those foundations that kind of falls into this category in the fact that it's so freaking quick. And I feel like I've said the foundation a lot of times. I'm talking about the fact that next year I'm getting married, and so therefore I'm starting to think about things that I will potentially wear on the day. This is the Charlotte's Beautiful Skin foundation. Mine is very loved. I have a backup in the drawer at the moment. This is beautiful. It's got everything I kind of love from all of those three foundations in one place. It's a proper foundation. It does need a little bit more blending than I would say kind of these two, but it's still kind of really easy to use. It's got really good coverage. It's really kind of glowy and healthy, and it lasts really well I love this foundation. I think it's probably my favourite of the 4. I just kind of rotate these 4 kind of quite evenly, so it kind of felt unfair not to mention the others. But I think if I was to pick one foundation, this would be it. And then for powder, I still love my RCMA No Colour powder, if I can get it out of the drawer. This is my second bottle. As you can see, I've used a heck of a lot of it. If I want to be powdered to the gods, this is what I use. It can be a little bit intense sometimes, and I feel like with kind of a lighter base, you probably don't need this much powdering. But if you're doing like full glam, this is kind of what I go to and what I need. But more on the kind of everyday powder front, it's a new favourite for 2022, and it's the Vive Modern Powder Perfector in the shade Light. As you can see, I have well and truly loved mine. This is beautiful. It kind of adds a little bit of extra coverage because it's got a colour to it, but it's the way it smooths and perfects your skin that I cannot get over. I just love it. It's got such like a smooth, lightweight texture, and it makes your skin look flawless. There's gonna be a lot of Vive going forward in this kind of favourites video, just to give you a little heads up. It's a brand that I've kind of become a little bit head over heels obsessed with over the last kind of 18 months or so. The next one is bronzer. So I still love this as kind of like an everyday, easy, not too much makeup, wearing makeup but not wearing makeup kind of makeup look. So makeup a lot in that sentence. And that is this. It's the Max Factor Creme Bronzer in the shade Light Gold, which is this beautiful kind of powder bronzer that is so glowy, light, easy to use. This is my second one, and I feel like, can you tell? It's very nearly finished. I love this. It's such an easy kind of everyday light. No one can quite see it, but then you look kind of bronzed bronzer. I love it. But if I want to go something a little bit more glam and something a little bit more kind of chiseled, this is what I have been loving, which is hilarious because on a first impression I hated this. But I think it just took a little bit of warming up to, and I kind of learned that I like to mix the 2 shades together. This is the Vive Modern Bronzer Bronzing Duo in the shade Light and Light 2. They are so kind of buttery and easy to use. They're pigmented, but they're still quite buildable, and so therefore they're quite kind of easy to use. And the packaging is beautiful. Oh, blush. I feel like blush has me in a chokehold. I have way too much of it. I probably apply way too much of it, and I love it. So if I go from cream blush favourites first, I think this has probably been my like most used blush of the last kind of 12 months. And it's the Honest Beauty blush in the shade Peony Pink. Not only is it like the most kind of stunning everyday blush shade, but this is one of those cream blushes that looks just as beautiful over the top of powder products as it does not. And so like therefore I can kind of use it all the time regardless of whether I powder my face or not. And actually I think I prefer it over powder. It's what I'm wearing today. It's actually a really beautiful kind of everyday blush shade. I don't use it so much this time of year because it's more of a summer shade, but if I was going to go for like a favourite more kind of playful blush, it's the Fenty Cream Blush in the shade Strawberry Dip, and it's this kind of more kind of fun pop of pink. This is another one of those beautiful blushes that kind of looks, I think this one does look better, not over powder, but it can be used over powder. And then in terms of in terms of powder blushes, that's what I meant to say, my favourite blush of last year has to be this one. Told you they'd feature a lot in this video. This is the Vive Sunset Blush in the shade Pesca. It is just the most kind of stunning, like peachy toned blush, and these are like really pigmented, but also in the same way to the bronzer, they're quite buildable, and so therefore you can go quite light with them, and they're just so cute. Look at them, they're so adorable. Yeah, there's a load of other kind of powder blushes that I have enjoyed this year, but I definitely think this is my kind of standout of 2022. Moving on to highlighter. I feel like there was a trend in like 2017 and 2018 of having the most blinding in your face highlighter. Then they kind of went away, and then in some respects they're back, but like a little bit more kind of naturally done. And for that kind of back trend, I love the Vive Nova Glow highlighter in the shade Bijou. I mean, can you tell I love it? It's what I have on today. I feel like this is it's a really glossy highlighter, and you can apply it in like that most kind of 2017 way. But if you just use kind of a more lighter hand with it, you can also just make it more kind of lit with from within kind of highlighter. This is beautiful. Moving on to eyes. My favourite mascara from last year I actually don't have anymore. I finished it, and because I've got so many mascaras, I'm just going to use them through. And it's the Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High mascara. It's just so like easy to build. It can be really volumizing, really lengthening. It's just kind of like an all-purpose mascara, and it's just... For eyeliner, I'm gonna just categorize it in two ways. One is my favorite black eyeliner, and that is this. I mean, if you have either gone on my Instagram or watched a single video of mine, you're probably gonna know I'm a little bit obsessed. This is the We Makeup Wild eyeliner pen, and the kind of reason why I love this so much is because it's got a long thin nib, which makes it really easy to get like a really sharp line, and then it's really black when it comes out. It also is pretty long lasting. I don't really find this like runs at all. I just love this. I find it so easy to use. Like I said, it's really black, it lasts really well. Love this. If I go for eyeliner, this is basically the one I reach for, and all my other eyeliners are basically just drying up in the bottom of the drawer. I don't really have a favourite, but I have a favourite thing, and that is coloured eyeliner. Now, if you go anywhere on Instagram, as in my Instagram, you'll see that I've got like coloured eyeliner looks left, right and centre. I love it. It's a really easy way to make your makeup look really interesting. I've got two of the L'Oreal Matte Signature eyeliners, green shade and a burgundy shade. I've got the NYX Epic Wear eyeliners, and I've got that in a red, yellow and a lilac, and these are kind of brush tip applicators, so they're a little bit harder to use and get your head round than a felt tip, but once you kind of master it, just as easy. I don't have a favourite brow product other than this. This is the only kind of brow thing that I've tried from last year that I love, and this is the NYX The Brow Glue. The Refy Brow Gel is like a firm favourite. I just can't bother to pay that much for it when it's a clear brow gel, and actually this does a really similar job. So I use a lot of eyeshadow, and if I went through like every single eyeshadow palette that I love, I'd be here forever. So I'm just gonna go through my like top two favourites. I'm gonna go through the one that you'll probably expect to see here first, and that's Vive. It's the Vive The Essential palette, which was part of my project, was it 10 pan? I've been 12, 10 or 12 pan. Well, I was trying to hit pan on one of these shadows, but they are so unbelievably big that you're just never ever gonna do it. These are beautiful. Like, they're so easy to work with, they're really easy to blend, they're really easy to build up. The shimmers are stunning. You've got every shade in here you could physically ever want or need. If I was to pick like one palette to carry me through the rest of my life, it would be this one. Like, you've got your gold, your kind of coppery colour, you've got your inner corner, you've got a bone shade, which I clearly don't use much. You've got black, you've got kind of all different shades of brown, you've got a nice red, a nice orange, you've got everything you could ever physically need. But then I still have other palettes. This has been a palette that took me a little bit by surprise. I got sent it by the brand over a year ago, I want to say. And when it first arrived, I was like, it's beautiful, but I can't see this ever becoming a favourite. And then I've not been able to put it down since. And it's been the Charlie Betty Beauty The Earth palette. Packaging is a little bit clunky, but it is kind of quite fun. But what I can't get over this is the shadows in here. These greens are stunning. Like, truly beautiful. Ivy, which is this kind of shade in the middle, is one of the most stunning shimmery coloured shimmers that I have ever seen. The greens all blend beautifully, and greens are actually a really hard colour to get right, but yet these work. You've still got a lovely yellow, which is also lovely. You've got some browns, which are nice. I wouldn't say they're what draws me to this palette, but I like that they're there. This shade here, which is Capricorn, is a really beautiful shimmer. It's like got a purple base, but then it's got gold flecks in it. And this is my best friend. The light is gonna change because you guys had to cool down, so now you're back. I'm just gonna talk you through my favourite lipsticks. So lipsticks that have like carried me through many years are these. These are, I can never remember what they're called, but they're L'Oreal lipsticks, and explicitly the shades I Am Worth It and I Speak Up. These are stunning. Like, they are the most beautiful pops of colour. In this formula, their kind of deeper berry tones are not very good, but the bright pops of colour are Really easy to wear, really long lasting, great colour payoff, really fun colours. This red is perfect this time of year and this pink is perfect for the summer. And are they the best lipstick formula? Probably not. Do I still love them? Yes. What is it about MAC lipsticks? Why do we love them? They're like seriously not the best lipsticks in the world. There's something really nostalgic about it. I'm not going to touch them too much because I honestly don't think they are the best lipsticks ever. But I have the shades So Short, Sheer Outrage and Faux. And there's just something about them and I don't know what it is. And they have me in a chokehold. And these are like the perfect colour trio. Like I've got like a lovely red, pinky nude and kind of mauvey, I don't know, nude. So a few new discoveries of this year, one of which has come in that PR package that I mentioned with the eyeliner, and this is We Makeup again, but explicitly their Ever Liquid lipsticks and mainly the shade 16. This is like the perfect everyday nude colour. Freaking love it. It looks stunning. And then the other thing they also love from them is their Well Lip Plumper. Don't really use this as a lip plumper, I use it as a lip gloss and it is beautiful. And then what I actually have on my lips over the top of a lip liner is this. This is the Fenty Gloss Bomb in the shade Diamond Milk as a kind of glossy topper. Love it. This has been a favourite for more than a year. It's definitely been a favourite since March, potentially longer than that. I think I got this on last year's advent calendar. This is the NARS Afterglow Lip Balm in the shade Dolce Vita. That's all I've got left. This is the most beautiful tinted lip balm. It's got a really good colour payoff, really hydrating, super easy to wear, even easier to apply. I'm actually a little bit stressed out, that's how much I've got left. Think that's it. There are loads of other lipsticks I love and I do use a lot, but are they favourites? If I've missed something, I apologise. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing my kind of favourite makeup products from the last 12 months. There's been so many things I've tried and loved. There's things that aren't in this video that I still love. I just think if someone had to like put a gun to my head and ask me what my favourites was, why that would ever happen, I'm not quite sure. But if they did, these would be the products I pick. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and click subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.